Well, good morning, my friends. I am here at the lake, and it is sunny here this morning. And there are some little birds that are perched in here. I don't know if you can see them. I'm going to see if I can zoom in. There's one right there moving. You can see him moving. And the reason I'm looking is because he seems, in comparison to this huge, gorgeous layout, almost seemingly insignificant. And yet he has captured my complete attention this morning. And that's for a reason. So I want to talk to, who do I want to talk to? I want to talk to people who are lovers of God and who believe love is the answer, and that they've been touched and their lives absolutely transformed by the loving power. If that's you today, then I want to continue to encourage you to be love and bring love to the world around you. I've been completely transformed and changed and saved by the love of God in my life, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And that same love takes me to places that I thought I would have more company in traveling these roads, but I realize that loving well is a rare breed. That loving sacrificially is not something that's easily developed, and that in a world where we're striving to get and to become and to be and get to where we want to, where we're looking for security, where we're looking for our children to be blessed, that in the midst of all that, sometimes we can lose sight of the greatest needs that are around us and to the calling of love, the high call of love. But I have another message that runs through my head in the midst of that. Being in the place where you're on the streets and you're seeing needs, or you're engaging in the way that God would have love to engage in the world, you see lack, you see struggle, you see frustration, you see poverty, you see wealth, you see ease, you see complacency, you see slumber, and it's rare to find people who are wide awake and who are powerful in their presence of love and community. I do get glimpses, and believe me, I'm celebrating, and I celebrate. I can see beauty all around me. I don't have to go past my nose to see beauty, and to know that love is the strongest force, and to know that it's active in the earth, and that even though I don't fully always see, in the sense that I desire so much more because I know that it's the answer, I also know it needs a channel of blessing. We need to receive and then to give, and freely I've received, and so freely I can give. And maybe not everyone has experienced that fortune of being loved well. And so I am here today to tell you love is the answer. And this little bird just reminds me, in a big, huge scenery like this, he seems so seemingly insignificant. And I'm reminded of even the words of the gospel where it talks about one little bird when it falls to the ground, that the Heavenly Father sees it, that He sees and He knows, He's aware. And God, in His awareness of who we are, moves. He's moved with compassion. He moved from heaven to earth. He moved in making our hearts His home. The creator of the universe chose to make His home with us. There's no greater care than that. There's no greater sacrifice than that. There's no greater love manifested than that. And I would say, how many of us are willing? How many of us are willing to follow that lead? How many of us are willing? And let me just knock on the door of the church this morning, because people have need and they're knocking. And they may not come to your church doors, but they might come to your home. They might be in your neighborhood. They might be at your 7-Eleven. And instead of waiting for them to knock on your door, why don't you do what Jesus did? And why don't you go knock on their door? Why don't you move into the place of need? And why don't you be love and be salt and be light? And it might cost you, it might inconvenience you. It might move you out of your daily routine. God might try and interrupt you in the middle of you doing what you're doing. Maybe he's knocking on your heart right now, reminding you he has more for you, reminding you that he has more to do through you, reminding you that there's a world around you that needs what he's given you. It's a very sobering word this morning. But I say it after knocking on doors this morning. And I say it after calling churches this morning and realizing that we're preaching a gospel, but I'm having a hard time finding bridges this morning, bridges to the need. And I know that each one of us is a bridge. Each one of us is a love bridge, so that people can cross over and taste and see and experience the goodness, the grace, the love, and the provision and blessing, kindness and peace of God. Hope. Hope. He said, in the midst of a crooked and perverse world, shine as lights. He said, they're without hope in the world. You have hope for someone. You have hope for the hopeless. Don't hold on to the hope that they need. Get out there and shine, my friends. Let love live and be alive in you. That's it for now.